And welcome back, of course. I introduced him at the beginning of the show, Jeff Steele with the Gillioz. Now, okay, we're going to clear this up right now. I hear it pronounced two ways, Gillioz or Gillioz. You're the authority here. How is it pronounced?
The authority came through being corrected. So I said it the first 2 years incorrectly, and a member of the family came and said, do us a favor and dispel this myth. So it's actually Gillioz. The emphasis is on the first syllable.
All right, from now on, Gillioz, not Gillioz.
I love that.
We got to get, well, you know, it's a person's
Progress
name.
has been made.
There we go, Gillioz. Well, what's happening at the Gillioz right now? Because I know through the years you have built an incredible repertoire of people coming in.
Well, it's ever changing. Obviously, the national touring cycle dictates a lot of what we're able to get, but the 2019 looks remarkably strong. And I can tell you, we'll really kick off a week from Friday with a group called Atmosphere. And then it'll move into things like Jesse Cook and Gary Clark Jr., who's a remarkable blues guitarist. And then we move on El Monstero, which is a Pink Floyd tribute band that does
Big out of St. Louis, aren't they?
Yes, they are. And they sell out there for 12 or 14 shows a year, and they come down here annually, always perform extremely well. And in the space, obviously, we always say at the Gillioz, it's not just who you see, it's where you see them, because the room truly becomes part of the show. But there's always things happening. We're still showing films. We'll show The Wizard of Oz in March, and there's so many things that are coming.
Now, I know you've done audience active films. Are you going to continue with that in the future?
We do some. You know, it just depends. There are a few things. One of the rules, and you know this full well, is we never say until the announce date, because it's kind of taboo.
Oh, that's true.
So contracts, until contracts are signed, they're really not worth anything in show business.
That's the truth. Now, you also have an incredible, he's an incredible banjo player, and his partner as well. Tell us about that.
Sure. February 4th, one of my personal favorites. I always love seeing the Gillioz working, but whenever we get someone like Bela Fleck with his wife Abigail Washburn, who's a remarkable banjo player in her own right. But Bela Fleck has 16 Grammy Awards and does a remarkable job. They've put a new project out, and we're really excited to bring them back on February 4th.
Now, I know he is particularly fond of the Gillioz.
So he says. He was really generous with his attitude towards us the last time he was here, and he called his agent and said encouraging things, and subsequent shows came out of that endorsement. And so we appreciate that. The more that we can grow our reputation, the more that we can bring more talent into Springfield and keep bringing things in. That's part of my mission, is just to create that scratch factor. People say, how are we getting that in Springfield? And that's what I'm trying to do.
And we're seeing some beautiful pictures of the Gillioz too. People who haven't been there, what are they missing, Jeff?
Well, it's an intimacy. There's, you know, the back row is less than 90 feet from the center stage. And so even in the back row of the balcony, you're within 100 feet of that performer. And so that makes a difference, not just to the audience, but to the artist. And that's just what people like Vince Gill have said and Elvis Costello have said. There's something about playing this room that's a little different. And so there's just something about it that I can't really explain, but you know it whenever you get there and you experience it firsthand. And so we've got more and more people coming from outside the region, but it's a 92-year-old history. It's rich. It's rich with great stories, and we're just continuing to make memories. That's what we do. Okay,
now, you know, we've talked a little bit earlier today about the fact that it is a not-for-profit organization.
Yes.
That means it tends to work on people who want to volunteer their time and their abilities. Are you, it's a dumb question, are you in need of people like that?
Always. It's incredibly important. We don't even call them volunteers. In our culture, we call them essential personnel, or EPs. And the reason for that is because people often will say, I'm just a volunteer. They want to add the word just. But the reality is that the EPs that we have, the volunteers that we have, are absolutely essential to the success of the show. We sign contracts that those volunteers fulfill through the way that they operate in the front. So yes, and we actually, this Sunday, we do a certification from 2 to 4 Sunday afternoon. You can register for that, and you can get tickets and information about the theater. All of that's available at gillioz.org.
Get all the information that you want.
All of it's there. Or you're welcome to call and talk to Amanda or any of the people in the office. The number at the theater is 417-863-9491.
So whether you want to be part of the effort or you just want to go to the Gillioz, get over there. It's a great place. It has a life of its own.
And I am thrilled to be a part of it.
All right, Jeff, thank you. More Ozarks Live right after this. Don't go away.